Hello everyone, hope you're all good. This is another tutorial you need to watch carefully. I will be showing you why your artworks doesn't look like the reference. I will be showing you some key points in this video. Make sure you are on this particular layer. You can see I use the hard eraser to erase, where I will be teaching you on what to do or how to get the artwork right. I'm gonna circle those key points to direct you on what to do whenever you are given reference to work on, so make sure to watch from the beginning to the end. I will be using the hard airbrush and flow airbrush to shade, then I will use the smudge brush to blend. Now I'm gonna zoom and then use the hard eraser to erase those circle I did earlier on. I'm gonna start with the left side, so pay attention. The reference must be close to the artwork you're working on to see the details very well. Now go to your tool, then select the flow airbrush. I will use the flow airbrush to shade. Now go to your color palette to pick the skin color for shading. Check my video list to see how to save your color palette or how to create your own palettes for your artworks. I'm gonna use the light color shade, then use the smudge brush to blend. Reduce the size if it's too big. You just need to set the size to the right amount. When adding the color, you don't need to apply more pressure. Start by adding a zigzag pattern or a zigzag line. This process makes the work more easier to smudge, but it takes more time to get used to it. You just need daily practice, then you will be good at. Now use the same tool to add on some shadings on that area. You can switch to hard airbrush to make it fast if want to. Reduce the size of the hard airbrush, then you can apply the color on the skin color. Make sure to check the reference when applying shades on the artwork. It makes your art look like the reference. Oftentimes I see people do the same mistake when it comes to shading, but I promise, take this to practice, you will surely get it. I will be using the smudge brush to blend after shading. The smudge brush doesn't need any settings, just make sure the strength is at 30%, that's all. Now reduce the size to your preference, then set the flow to 5 when blending. Make sure to blend all the areas. You can make it smooth. The more you blend, the more it becomes smoother. Now look at the reference and see the way it is. You need to use the smudge brush to blend that particular area. Now watch closely as I take the shades upwards using the smudge brush. Then blend the other areas to make it look smooth to your preference. Now watch closely as I take this part upwards like I did on the other side. When using the smudge brush, you need to be very sensitive. Now I will be showing you the key points on the lips that you need to take note on. I will circle this to part which is called oral commissure. Those two parts are very important, and this shows the actual impression that the reference brings. If the reference shows a happy impression or a smiling impression, this two oral commissure brings out those impressions very well. I will zoom in, then go to the lip layer where I shade on to complete the oral commissure to give the artwork the smiling impression, so make sure you are on the lip layer. I will use the hard airbrush to shade the oral commissure to bring out the smiling impression. This technique will make the artwork look like the reference. On the color wheel, I will use my palettes to shade. You can use the light color or the dark color. If the dark color doesn't match with the color skin or where you want to add, doesn't look right, you can switch to the light color instead. Now look closely, you need to use the smudge brush to blend upwards and downward on both ends. Repeat the same process and see the results. Hope you are enjoying the video. If yes, please leave a like below. Now zoom in, go to the previous layer to repeat the same process I did earlier. Make sure to set the flow on the smudge brush to level 5 to get a good smudge. Sometimes I set the flow from 1 to 5 for good quality. Now there you have it. This is how to make your artwork look like the reference. Using these key points you won't regret it, I promise. Just make sure you focus more on the reference for a good result. Thanks for watching.